How do you expect to show them the error of their ways?
I will systematically destroy everything they hold dear. I've already taken the wolves from Klaus and made them my own. Now that we have cleansed the quarter of his kind, we will take their pride, their love. We will lay it all to ruin. And when they're at their lowest point, in their deepest despair, they will have no choice. Beg me to release them from their pain. And because I love them, I will. Pay up.
Got it.
The hell is wrong with you people?
This is nothing your kind hasn't done to us.
We had a deal. Vampires stay out of the quarter, everybody's cool.
It's not good enough anymore.
Oh yeah, says who? Proud werewolves on a witch's leash.
That's enough! Your privileges here have been revoked. You need to be gone. Consider this a warning, Marcel. It's the only one you're gonna get.
Let's try this again, shall we? You are my responsibility.
He's a feminist.
Fighting is rhythm. There's a meter, there is a pattern. And let that rhythm beat within you. Again. Ostina.
You changed the key.
Very nice. The head or the heart. Make the kill.
What if I can't do it?
You will. To survive. No. The head or the heart.
Elijah. We need to talk. We're not here for a fight, just hear him out.
I suggest you be succinct.
I need your help. Please. The witch wants soldiers.
I've known my brother Finn to be merciless.
They're just kids.
You wolves have been fighting us for decades. Why trust us now?
One of the recruits is my little brother.
Tell us what you need.
Before we move on to the next topic, if you have anything you'd like to dive deeper into from the previous segment, leave a comment below. Give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Imagine carrying the weight of an entire family's survival on your shoulders for over 1,000 years. That is the untold story of Elijah Mikaelson. He fought battles not for glory, but for the very breath of his siblings, often paying a price no one ever witnessed. Picture the year 1194. In the mist-shrouded forests of medieval England. A village burns in the distance, smoke curling into the night sky like a funeral veil. Elijah stands amid the embers, his tailored cloak stained with ash and blood, his face a mask of stoic resolve. Behind him, his brother Klaus laughs, the sound sharp and unrepentant, as he twirls a dagger still dripping with the blood of villagers who dared to cross him. Elijah says nothing. He simply begins the work of erasing their tracks, of bribing the few survivors into silence, of weaving a lie so intricate it will hold for centuries. This is not an exception. It is a pattern. A life defined by quiet sacrifice, by the choice to stand between his family and the consequences of their own darkness. Join us as we delve into the heartbreaking and heroic journey of Elijah's relentless fight to preserve the Mikaelson line. To understand Elijah Mikaelson, we must first understand the world he was born into. A world where power was measured in blood and survival depended on loyalty or cruelty. The Mikaelsons were not just vampires. They were the first vampires, turned by a spell forged in grief and vengeance after their mother Esther cursed them to walk the night. Unlike the vampires who would come after them, they were immortal, invulnerable to all but the most ancient and powerful magic. But this gift came with a curse. A volatile mix of werewolf and vampire blood ran through Klaus's veins, a secret Esther had hidden from them all, and it made him unpredictable, violent, a force of nature that could not be tamed. Rebekah, their sister, was impulsive and passionate, her heart leading her into dangerous alliances and broken promises. Cole, the youngest brother, was reckless and curious, drawn to dark magic that threatened to consume him. Finn, the eldest, was bitter and resentful, alienated from the family he saw as a curse. And then there was Elijah, The middle child, the one who saw the cracks in their foundation before anyone else. He was the calm in the storm, the voice of reason when chaos reigned, the one who always knew how to fix what his siblings broke. But this role was not thrust upon him. It was a choice he made when he was still a human boy, long before the fangs and the immortality. As a child, Elijah watched his father Mikael abuse Klaus, beating him for every small infraction, for the wolf blood he could not control. He watched Rebekah cry herself to sleep after Mikael scolded her for being too soft. He watched Cole retreat into books of magic to escape the tension in their home. And in those moments, he made a promise to himself. He would protect them. He would be the one they could rely on, the one who would never abandon them. That promise would evolve into the always and forever vow, a phrase that would define his existence for over a millennium. It was not just words. It was a sacred oath, a covenant that bound him to his siblings in life and in death, a burden he carried willingly, even when it cost him everything. Elijah's journey is a study in contrast. He is a vampire, a creature of darkness, yet he adheres to a code of honor that would make most humans blush. He is a killer, yet he hates violence. He is immortal, yet he lives a life of constant sacrifice. This duality is what makes him such a compelling figure, what draws us to his story even as we witness the pain he endures. Consider the 17th century, when the Mikaelsons fled Europe for the Americas, seeking refuge from the witch hunts that threatened to expose them. Klaus, ever restless, grew bored with the quiet life of a plantation owner in Louisiana. He fell in love with a local witch, a woman named Genevieve, and when she rejected him, he flew into a rage, slaughtering an entire village of innocent people. Elijah found him there, standing atop a pile of bodies, his eyes wild with bloodlust. Instead of condemning him, instead of walking away, Elijah set to work. He burned the bodies, he silenced a few witnesses, he created a story about a band of pirates raiding the village. He did it because he believed in redemption, because he believed that Klaus could be saved, because he could not bear the thought of losing another sibling. This pattern repeated itself time and time again, across centuries and continents. In 18th century Paris, he covered up Rebekah's affair with a mortal noble, framing the man for treason when he threatened to expose their secret. In 19th century London, he stopped Cole from unleashing a plague of vampires on the city, locking him away in a coffin for a century to protect both him and the world. In the 20th century, he tracked down Klaus after he fled New Orleans, spending decades searching for him, determined to bring him back to the family fold. Each time, he sacrificed his own happiness, his own desires, his own peace of mind. He never married, never had children, never allowed himself to form deep connections outside his family. His life was a series of endless compromises, of putting others first, of carrying the weight of their mistakes on his shoulders. The psychological toll of this life is immeasurable. Psychologists refer to this kind of self-sacrifice as codependent altruism, a pattern where individuals prioritize the needs of others to the point of neglecting their own well-being. For Elijah, this pattern was rooted in guilt and love. Guilt over not being able to protect his siblings from their father's abuse. Guilt over the role he played in their transformation into vampires. Love for the family that was the only constant in his immortal life.